Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. And keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy.
All right, folks, here we are on Wednesday, March 13th. We're going to take a look at GRWG today. So with earnings coming up, I thought we'd come and take a look and see where GRWG might hit some support or resistance, whether it booms or busts based off of earnings, and of course, levels that it might kind of hug if it does move relatively sideways. Now let's start with the nearest in levels. Near in, we have support level 194. Don't know exactly where the stock will even finish the day, but that's where it is right now. We're about midday, FYI, as I'm recording this. To the upside, if it gets a push into close or what have you, 227 is the nearest in resistance level that I have on the chart. Now, if we do get a bullish reaction off of earnings and it pushes through that 227, whether that's after hours today, tomorrow, or in the coming weeks ahead, 270, 299, 379, and 443. Now there's obviously some additional levels in between here. There's probably one down here around 320 or so, and probably one here around 250, 255. But I didn't want to put in every single level because then the chart just gets so cluttered and it's hard to look at. So I chose what I felt were the strongest levels and put those in. Now if it does dip below that 194, 177 would be the next level down, and as you can see, there's not really anything else to base a whole bunch off of because we're sort of down here in low no man's land. Not just no man's land, but low man's land. So we'll see if it does dip below that 177 and it starts to put in some price action and some structures, we can come take a look if folks are interested. But otherwise, this is the spread that I'm looking at, 177 all the way up to 443 with a bunch of stops in the middle. And like I said, certainly some additional granular levels along the way. Now, on the Thinkorswim side of things, you can really see the extreme drawdown here, right? You had that little peak at 5, and then just huge drawdown here to 177. We have had several triggers and fires. We had a trigger and fire here recently that didn't amount to much of anything, just kind of continued on its merry way, and now it's re-triggering as we're heading into earnings. So always an interesting setup as the stock is at or near the mid-range of the channel, which is what we see here, and baseline on the histogram, which is basically what we see here, and it's triggering. So huge confluence of events here. Mid-range of the channel, triggering on the TTM squeeze indicator, and a huge catalyst is upon us that we know is going to happen, earnings. Now, does that mean it will result in a huge oversized reaction? No, of course not. Nothing is 100%, but there are, that gives us potential, some potential energy, if you will. We go think about old Newton and his potential energy. Now, to the extent that these levels come into play, we'll just mention that the upper bound of the channel up here is 242 right now, and lower bound is 190 right now. This channel is dynamic, so it does shift as new price action gets put in, so just keep that in mind depending on when you're looking at this. The mid-range of that channel is 216. You see it in the bright blue there in the middle and on the right-hand side. All right, folks, I hope that you've had a happy hump day, and as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.